Pre-game stuff. You don't need your broom? They're not going to call you in from the bullpen? Oh my goodness. Put it out on the chat right away that we're playing the third place game.
We're replaying last night.
Yeah, we're going to replay last night.
Is this your phone charger?
Nope.
Morning.
Sorry for mucking with your stuff the other day.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm used to it. It's just trying to get over that notepad thing and then taking it away.
Thanks for everything.
Again,
Ready with you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody ready for your point, BD?
Sure. Yep.
All right, you guys are.
All right. You about set there, bud?
Yep. A little short. Pretty good here. Sounds all right from that distance.
Well, good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning for the championship round of the 2026 U.S. Curling Mixed National Championships. I'm Tim Murphy here with Dean Gimmel. We're coming to you from the Denver Curling Club, out just on the east side of Golden, Colorado.
Thanks, Tim. Glad to be here. It's been a great week, as usual. The fourth year that the Denver Curling Club has hosted this event. They will be getting a break, though. They're going to take a break for a little bit, as long as as long as they'll let us take a break. Well, as long as till we can convince them otherwise. But yeah, a great job here all week, and looking forward to a great final. Not just realizing, but putting out a post that the Regions Cup, the inaugural Regions Cup, is on the line here today, Tim. So basically, the region that wins the final will also win the Regions Cup. according to my math.
So how does that work? Is it just events that required qualifying for national championships?
Yeah, so we have 4 regionally based playdowns. So it's U18, Arena Nationals, Club Nationals, and Mixed Fours Nationals. So those are all the national championships where the RRAs, the recognized regional associations, are at. And then there's points awarded at each one of those events, with 25 for first place, 18 for second, and down from there. There's going to be a social post here in a couple minutes, and then if anybody wants to check out the Regions Cup, it's under championships on our webpage. You can see the standings and how the points have been accumulated this year. Minnesota's in the lead right now, but they're not on the ice right now, so they won't. I think they'll get 7 or 8 points from this event, but the teams in the final can both surpass them with a win.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's it's not a. There's not a monetary reward. There's not a big, it's just we thought it was a nice way to create some regional rivalry, which and make every regions cheer for teams in other events, and those are the 4 regionally based ones.
Well, I think that's great. We've got the curlers coming out on the ice. They're doing the customary shaking hands and wishing good curling to each other. We've got Matt Culberson here running the camera for us, so he'll be zooming in.
The one to blame.
he's the one to blame.
Well, we appreciate you, Matt.
On our main sheet for the gold medal game, we've got Team Workin out of Fargo Moorhead playing Team Falco out of the Denver Curling Club.
Falco's looking for a three-peat. They're a 2-time defending champion. Workin's also won this Mixed Fours title in the past, I believe in 2019, but I'll have to check that real quick.
And in the bronze medal game, we've got Team Roth out of Madison, Wisconsin, playing Team Kislik out of the Denver Curling Club. And so we'll occasionally pan over to that sheet also and give you updates on the score there. With the view, you should be able to see a little bit of that C, but we'll pan a little bit back and forth as the games progress.
Quickly checked, and yeah, Evan Workin with this lineup won this title in 2018 when it was played in Lakeville at the Dakota Curling Club. So they're looking to get back after, I guess that's 8 years since they won. So, of course, the event was canceled in 2020 and 21. But Falco's won it the last 2 years. Jed Brundage from with the Hagenbaughs and Cam Rittenauer, they won it the first year it was here in 2023. And Caitlin Pulley was the first women's skip to win this event.
Good. Well, looks like we get the first rock off. We're off and rolling now.
Yeah.
So the lineup on Team Falco, we've got skip Dave Falco, vice Becca Woods, second Lance Wheeler, lead Claire Moores, and coach Brian Brown. He's got that lovely heated seat out there.
The Arden seat cushion still available in the USA Curling online store. Some still available. I should say they were a very good sponsor of ours and Corey during the games. So appreciate their support.
For Team Workin, we've got skip Evan Workin, vice Rachel Workin, second Jordan Brown, and lead Christine Wilwin. Hopefully I've got that pronounced correctly.
So, yesterday we saw Falco play a fairly straightforward game in the semifinal. He blanked, I think, 2, 3, 4, and scored in 5. and then was able to score 3, I think, eventually in the last end for the win. But it was close the whole way. I know Roth had a chance to score 2 and 7, just missed that, so they were ahead by 1 without in the last end, and Falco converted.
Yeah, it was a very good game, very close. Just a couple shots here and there.
Yeah, both games yesterday were good, both semifinals. Evan Workin made a big double to score 3. That was a big turning point. And I think might have given the 3 back, but managed to have an open draw to the rings on his last for the win. Workin's team are the Fargo Moorhead Curling Club, where we've had club nationals in recent years, and really good supportive club.
It's a great facility. So where's your next event? You got the 5U?
Yeah, 500 nationals starting. I'll head out to Seattle Tuesday night, and that's our last championship, our last national championship of the season. So it's a nice way to finish things off. That group is, newer curlers. They're super enthusiastic. It's fun to be around. So that'll take place in Seattle. Granted, also a club I really enjoy going to. They have a great membership base, long history of competitive tradition there. That's fun to be around. So, yeah, we'll be out there from Wednesday through Sunday. And then for myself, there's World Curling meetings that I'll attend during the mixed doubles and the seniors. And then the travel abates somewhat. So we have our showcase planned out here in Rock Creek, and we're planning to have a high performance director hired in the next 2 weeks or so. So that person will be at that, along with a lot of our coaching staff. Trying to decide if it's worth having me there or not. Yeah, that should be great. We are still looking for a few host sites for next year, but we do have a host site for mixed that we'll be announcing shortly, a host site for Arena Nationals. You can look for those announcements next week. Hopefully one for junior mixed doubles. The real outstanding ones are club nationals and 5 and under nationals, even though we are certainly conversations with some clubs happening. But if anyone is interested in those, please feel free to reach out. You can find information about those championships on our website.
How about the arena? Is that next fall?
Yeah, so we do have a site for that. We're going to announce we have the release ready to go. We'll put that out early next week here. So, little hint, it's going to be at a club that was recently an arena club itself. So that'll be exciting. Actually, if you think about it, the Regions Cup, a big win for Dakota Territory was their women's team won the Arena Nationals, so that was worth 25 points in the Regions Cup. Without that, Dakota Territory wouldn't be in the mix here for it. So. I don't know if you remember, if you follow golf at all, but when they first came out with the FedEx Cup, they had all sorts of trouble getting the math right to make it interesting as it went on. So we took our best stab at it here and probably used AI for a little help too. But it seems like the formula is working because we wanted it to be decided late. So if my math is right, and I encourage anyone to check it out, but I'm pretty sure it's right. It's a fairly straightforward end here, Tim.
Yeah, not surprising. Just keep it clean. Maybe bank a little time and let the nerves settle down on the athletes.
For other clubs, do you guys stream league nights and stuff regularly, or how do you stream?
We do.
Run all the time?
We've typically stream showing both sheets B and C.
Sure.
As a non-profit club, we're in the process of getting streaming for all the sheets, but we're not quite there yet. So hopefully next season we'll have that up and running.
I think sometimes people underestimate there's a financial commitment and a few other things to make streaming active in every clubs. Everybody wants it, but I'd encourage if your club doesn't have it, be patient or be involved in the solution, because it's not super easy for clubs, and even for us, when we stream 3 events each year with Stadium Sports, and it's a significant investment. And it's unfortunately yet the way sports like ours, we haven't really figured out how to recoup that investment too much of those events. We have some sponsorship, but it's a tough sell. So we generally use it as a way to promote our main sponsors like Dales and Columbia. But would love to. I, like others running NGBs of our size, would love to find a way to make it more financially palatable for the organization, but it's something we're committed to doing.
That's great. I think maybe 10, 11 years ago, when this facility was up and running, this streaming that we have here now was state of the art at the time.
Right.
So.
And probably more expensive. That's the other thing. These, you monitor the costs, and then at those 3 events, we try. Stadium Sports does a nice job of I think it's what we call near broadcast quality. It was good enough that at our trials, and both last year the mixed doubles and this year the men's and women's team trials and the Paralympic team trials, were consider them good enough. The stream good enough that they were willing to put it on Peacock just as it was. I know in the trials preceding the 22 games, they didn't feel that way. So it's an example of what happens, and it's actually a reason I'm trying to convince NBC to put our men's and women's nationals at least on Peacock with that stream, and hopefully on a linear network on the weekend. But those things don't just happen overnight. They, as excited as they are about curling after the Olympics, everything comes down to a cost-benefit analysis, but there is I think a lot of positivity about curling at NBC right now.
That's great. Well, I do love the aspect how accessible it is now on YouTube for a lot of people to view events where previously they couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I played in the year I was lucky enough to win a men's nationals was the first year it was streamed, and it was they did a nice job back then, but it was one sheet. It was fairly basic setup. But Ben Tucker, I don't know if people remember him, but he was the broadcaster and he was great. So, yeah, it just continues to evolve. You see, the production Rock League essentially did online, which was, a lot of good things going on with that. And Workin trying to blank here. Doesn't look like he might have a nose. He does. So played the end for the blank, but sticks the landing. So make it 1-0 for Workin after one end.
All right, time for the lovely 1-minute break.
Yeah.
Occasionally I wish we had that in Lignite, but it just doesn't work out.
You could take it. Just the other team might get mad if you start running out of time.
Nope, I push him. I make him throw right away.
That's right. I've got my skip running the camera.
I'm all for fast play on league nights, so if you can't get 8 ends in, something's wrong. So you got to keep moving.
Generally not a problem. There's usually a few teams that a little more thoughtful in their shot selection.
It's funny enough, it's shot selection and also general speed of teammates.
Yeah.
I think we've all played for a skip who might be a little more deliberate in their decision making, and it's incumbent upon the rest of the team in that situation to really speed up their own play.
Yes, absolutely. And if a team is struggling with their pace of play, it's worth going back and watching a streaming event and seeing how each individual contributes to that.
I played for a somewhat deliberative skip who I love playing for, but we could be time challenged, so. And when I was playing lead, sometimes I would be sliding out before the broom went down just to try to really be as quick as we could.
Move it along, yep.
So Workin looking for a guard here. Or maybe he's going to go top 4. So fairly straightforward by both skips here.
I'm fine with that. This is a good one. I think we go. Go for it. 10-5.
So Falco here could opt to put up the corner guard, but he's going to elect to play it fairly straight up too. This is a broadcaster's dream here, Tim.
There you go. So, how do you typically like that? Is it scoreboard when you decide to go throw up the corner, or?
This is trouble, but I think he's got enough. I don't know. I think the analytics would justify, after getting the force in 1, second end here, probably a pretty good time to play aggressive. And you can see that Evan doesn't really want to play for a steal right now. He's going to go top 4. Could see a delayed corner here as well, which isn't a bad option.
Sure.
But I tend to think, both of these teams are good enough that they could force the issue a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this looks like it's going to slip deep, so we'll see what Falco elects to do then. It's not going to be in the top of the forefoot. It might even be through. Just going to hang around at the back. Can't quite tell. So I missed the call. I don't know if I think he's called for a corner guard, but he might have just called it for it in the rings.
I think that was corner.
So certainly no right or wrong way to play this either. It depends on how you feel as a team.
Yeah.
So he's putting up the corner now. So not bad. After hitting on the first, he puts up the corner now. It can't be peeled. So it's sort of a low risk chance to try to force 2. And he's going to try to put the guard just off center. The center line guard he can use, and then also choke off the path around that corner guard. Used to be more popular when you were this spot. You would try to go around the corner guard first and choke off the path, but I think people are finding this approach is more productive.
Just kind of control the center there.
Yeah, and this is trouble though. He's got it out there a little bit. Might get a little lucky here though and chap off it. In the end, not a bad result. He got pushed a little wider, which Falco probably doesn't mind, but does get a center line guard.
We want to go around the corner.
Another discussion, do you use the corner now or do you go around the center? I think I'm with Lance Wheeler, wanted to go around the corner.
Yeah, I hate wasting a corner guard.
Yeah, sometimes you don't use it and then you never have a chance to. Also makes Workin, if you make this well, it puts a lot of pressure on Workin's next shot, and he has to make a decision. He can try to dig it out, or he can go around himself, but either way, he's suddenly putting a 2 in play or multiples in play for Falco.
Goodbye, Mile.
This is going to be deep. It's got some pace. It might be.
I think it'll stick around there.
Yep. So the main thing was he's buried, he's deep, but see what Workin elects to do here.
Looks like directly behind that guard. Good
Yeah.
position. Well, it sounds like the ice has been fantastic. Talking to a few of the curlers.
Yeah, kudos to your local ice crew here. Has been working really hard with the USA Curling Ice Tech who's working this, Jeff Schliessman. So always does great work, and I'm sure your team has learned a few things from Jeff being here as well. There's usually some things that guys like Jeff and Sean and Scott Belvich and Lauren Ridge can pass on at an event like this. This is trouble.
Right to it. Gotta go.
That was not the result they were looking for. Now Falco really in business here.
Yep, got a chance for 2.
Lance Wheeler, I know there's probably a lot of people from the Denver club and Denver area watching and know Lance, but he's started curling relatively late in life after playing college hockey. He's obviously a great athlete. He's become, a really an elite player by.
Yep. Gotta go line. Yep.
As I say that, he's going to leave it short. Yeah.
He definitely puts in the hours.
Yeah.
See him here late night, lunch hour. Yeah.
It's been impressive. I mean, I told him when I was still playing seriously, we played him once in St. Paul, and I told him, you were pretty bad. But his improvement is really impressive over an extended period of time, too. He keeps putting in the work. But staggered guard now, though. As I was praising Lance for his talent and work ethic, he leaves a stagger. But working with a chance here to get out of this with getting around this stagger.
Well, get around the room. Run the room. Whoa. I'm great. Mine's perfect. Take a look. 14-6. 14-6.
This looks really good. They should probably carve it a little bit.
Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Hard.
It's going to be really good.
Really good, guys.
Very nice shot.
Really good result. Directly behind the stagger. I don't think there's a way to dig it out.
Heel.
Yeah, Dave's gonna. Falco here will settle on making this peel, and just be careful he also doesn't stuff it on that other one in the back of the 12-foot. Looks a little natural to do that, but
Curl.
this looks like it was a little inside out.
Curl. Tight. Okay.
No, over the top in the back.
Good shot, Becca.
Does get rid of the stagger. Tough to get rid of both there. It's like Workin will shift into force mode here.
So what do you like? Would you rather be a little aggressive here or clear
Yeah.
that out?
I like this call. I mean, you were in trouble early in the end, to be honest, until you made that come around. You may as well, you know, you make this. Falco's going to have a hard time getting two. He's got to do, you know, he still has a corner guard, but he's got to deal with that.
That's the first thing I see. Unless you want to just do this. If you dig, never overthrow or chip an arch with the ring. I like this.
I don't mind the dig here, though, because
Perfect.
this is kind of an all or nothing. You make the dig, you don't have to make a perfect roll for shot. You're probably getting forced, but I don't think even if you make this, you're on your way to two either. So
Clean. Yep. Clean. Yep.
close to making it though really well. So there's a problem with that. I think Lance was mentioning, you know, if you played the dig and you ever just chipped your own, you'd chip it on. Might be second shot. So
Just less risk.
yeah, I mean, if you make that perfect, I don't, you know, I think then Evan's hitting an open one to lie too. So again, I'm not in the final. I'm not in the national championship final, so I'm not going to say I have all the answers. Just my own quick take on it.
So is your home club, is the ice still in, or?
Yeah, it's a final weekend, and then we generally keep it in an extra week to run a lot of corporate events through. Because we have it's a two-sheet club with about 240 members, so there's not a lot of evening time to do corporate events. So we try to do. The history has been try to do a lot of corporate events in 1 week when there's no league activity. But this weekend is the Bond Squeal, which might be one of the better branded bond spiels around. It's 32 teams on 2 sheets. It's a bit of a gong show, but it's super popular. And
How many days is that for 32 on 2 sheets?
well, they get it done. They start on Wednesday with some of the club teams, a fraction too deep. So they start with trouble with leaving this side, by the way, is now there's this. You can hit and roll behind the corner. Really wanted to show them the other side. But yeah, so the Bond Squeal, great event. If somebody wants to travel to I will admit that I've only played in it once. I conflicted a lot, but if I'm home, I do like to go to the party on Saturday night. It's kind of fun. You have a lot of time between games. A lot of people will make their way into New York City in between games. A lot of people just hunker down at the club for 4 days. It's something. I always say people ask about running national championship, and I think, you know, and there is certainly, as you know from being here, there's a lot of work involved. You need a lot of volunteers for timers and things like that, but I'm not sure it's any more. In fact, I would say it might be less than, you know, some of the club bonspiels that are run, you know, where basically you're running like a restaurant for the weekend and all kinds of stuff going on. And a national championship, it's more about field of play things. And your club here is great about doing some off-ice stuff, but a lot of national championships, that's not required. So the clubs that are thinking about it, I tell you that it's not that it's not without effort and work. It takes considerable amount, but if you run a bonspiel like the Bondsqueal, that's a full-on deal. So looks like Dave got this going a little bit. This is trouble. They don't know what to do with it. I'd like to keep it around for. Needs to be second shot, which I think it will be.
Yep, looks like second.
It's a bit fortunate there for Falco. He, But Workin now, Tim, with a chance to hit in lie 4. I think if that wasn't second shot, if he was second shot, he'd entertain guarding the shot rock. But definitely the smart call here. You don't want to give up an easy 2 when you're in control of the end at this point.
Right. Just clear it out.
And you can make Falco look at 4 on his last one, which no matter what the shot is, I find when skipping they get a little harder when you're facing 4.
Skips love that.
Yeah, some do.
I know my skip occasionally sees that. Maybe more than 4.
This is curling. He doesn't want to jam this. Really got it going. He's going to jam it.
Oh boy.
He's got fortunate, but I think that's going to leave Falco a double for 2.
Yeah, I think he's sitting third shot.
I think it goes over the top. Just, though, it might. It's real close to lining up. We can hear what they think.
Where's the right spot? Tell me. Or really thin. Think it's easier. You guys are pretty heavy.
Oh, like this?
Tina, that's under. I'm talking about over. You can do both. Yep. Well, it's not automatic. Yep. We're trying to get our one. Okay. So make sure we make the double, and then the next one is secondary. So it's nose. Okay. Yep. So nose. I think that honestly, if we're playing nose, the easier way to do it is just to pick this one. But we want to make sure we make contact.
You like this
Okay.
one better?
Yes, I do.
How much weight are you throwing? Yep. Straight back.
So he's going to play the straight back double. See if he's concerned it'll jam, but if he makes the nose hit, gets to the double, he's scoring 1. If it jams, he's getting 1. If it doesn't jam, he's getting 2. So they entertain going over the top with it, but the trouble with that, you could play it over the top, but you lose your shooter.
Right.
So it's the same scenario. Certainly more natural this way. If you like this, would you throw this with the in turn or the out turn, Tim?
I think I'd kind of like the intern, personally.
Yeah.
Dave would throw with the out.
I mean, always depends what you favor, but it feels a little more natural with the in, but might know the path better, might like his out turn better. So he's got to move this one, though. Lance Wheeler, one of the better sweepers, trying to move it. Looks like it'll be a steal of 1 for Workin. Make the score, what's that, 2-0 after 2 ends.
Yeah.
Evan Workin was the coach of Team Pekowitz, who just won the Junior Women's Nationals this recently in Bismarck. And Denver's own Lila Farwell on that team.
Lila was fantastic. We our Tuesday night competitive league, we had her come up and give a little speech afterwards. And
Oh, great.
It was very cute. She thanked her parents and coaches and all the folks for supporting the team. And pretty special.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, she's always been, she works at it, I know, and has she's definitely developed, and I've told her this, a really technically sound delivery. So, and for for a young woman who's not really tall or big, she throws it really hard.
Yes, she does.
It's impressive.
Many of us on Tuesday night have been the victim of her doubles and triples.
Yeah, she throws it hard well. I think actually, like for most juniors, I think the next step in improvement is learning touch and figuring out how to throw some of those softer weights and more accurately. But there's a lot of people who never learn how to throw it hard accurately. So that's a good one.
But it kind of seems, watching some of the U18, U21, that those teams prefer doing the upweight hits. And I'd love to see them do some more, hack, horn type stuff, so they're sticking around. And
yeah, I would say that's a common thing among juniors. It's exciting to throw it hard, and they do. Most of them throw it hard. When they do have players who can throw it hard easily and accurately, it's a good weapon. But yeah, you're right. They'll learn that as they get older. I mean, I remember when Mark Kennedy, for instance, would play second, he would always want to throw everything hard, and you'll see them now play quieter run back. Same with Danny Casper's team at the Olympics. They played a lot of run backs with board weight, just really manage the rock.
And it gives the sweepers a chance to really have an effect on it too. You're throwing that up weight. There's not a whole lot the sweepers can do to it.
No, especially if you're like me and you throw it up weight and you flare it out 6 inches, has no chance. So Workin trying to freeze on this current shot stone put there by Claire Moores. On it for line, but now it looks a little heavy. They want to bounce.
Maybe they could
pretty good.
Held that out and maybe brought it around there for a second.
Yeah, pretty good angle for them though. Didn't bounce a ton, so yeah, that's pretty good. Claire Moores, who worked for USA Curling this past year with the wheelchair curlers and was in at the Paralympic Games supporting that team. So Falco was looking to go on top. Now he's thinking about what you were talking about, Tim, and go behind this stagger. Now they're hoping it digs in. Looks like that's going to be just out.
I got the same on both sides. I'm just telling you.
So what do you like here? Tapping up the red or coming in?
Yeah, I think
the yellow.
I think you can throw another freeze. You can unlock these a little bit. The angles are definitely in Workin's favor right now. So,
and you just seen this line a couple times too.
You could also just throw the out turn freeze again, or I don't think he wants to rub that guard though.
A little bit tight, maybe.
Yeah. He's throwing it hard enough to move it. Backed it up. Now, there you go. So, pretty good result.
By the way, it looks easier if we're going around. Sorry?
Are we going on top of it or around?
On it. On it, okay.
So Falco's asked Wheeler to freeze on top of that stone. Back to that. Lance was suggesting it might be easier with the out turn, but I think he was thinking go around everything. But big shot here early in the end, but important one.
Line's good. Rope, down. Okay, sweep.
This rock has some curling to do, or they're going to try to go around like they did with. So it's second shot, but they won't be thrilled with that.
There's a couple down that line that
Sliver on this side.
maybe that line's speeding up there a little bit.
Yeah, maybe not curling a ton, and then a little quicker. So they've been running there. So so far, apart from that opening end blank and the stick for one at this end and the previous end. Workin's been applying pressure. Looks pretty close to where they were looking to go with it. Maybe a little deep.
Yeah, just behind the button.
Falco's going to try to peel his way out of this. Or he'll ask Wheeler to do that. It's close to getting them all moving. Oh, kind of missed the line call just a fraction. I think touching center line here is pretty good, actually.
There you go. We'll touch the center line. So I like to throw the same shot to get some rocks moving here.
Yeah, pretty important to get some action on the rocks and the rings here. Becca Wood. You would know this, Tim, but I think this team has played together as a mixed team, not just for some time now, right? They were in Rochester, I think, and back in 2022. Mm-hmm. They played here. The first year was here, 23. Then they won in 24, won in 25. So it's been a long run as a mixed team.
They've been together for a while. This is their Tuesday night competitive league, too.
Got it. So Team Roth over on the other sheet, that's what their team plays that way as well.
That's a great way to do it, because you know how many times you pick up a team going into clubs or something and you've never played together before.
Yep.
If you're serious about it and you get the opportunity to work together for a while, develops that communication and understanding of the skills and capabilities of everybody.
A little deeper than they would have liked. Makes it a little easier to get action on the stones in the rings. I don't really see how you get rid of all of them, but certainly get rid of two pretty quickly.
The top two are in play there.
Wheeler, one of the better sweepers, trying to carve it over. There's action on the top two. I'd love to roll that on, but didn't quite get it. Well done.
So do you like that as a high guard now, or would you come in just a little bit?
I don't think you need to be in, just out. I mean, I think the options here are that guard, or you play that little short run and just play for the force. But you know, I don't mind. I like the guard here. He's kept pressure on, and even if you miss the guard, it's not a super easy to remove the red without jamming in your own yellow and keeping your rock in the ring. So I like this. I think you want it so that if Falco does play the run back, he's not able to put his shooter in the rings as well. So
that's a good point.
Because you wouldn't want him to make the run back and end up lying 2-3 or something, you know? Little tuck delivery from Evan Workin.
truck delivery and stainless steel slider.
Stainless steel slider and a taped up corn brim. He's like,
Yep, gotta bring it to center. Touch center.
I don't think they want to bring it right in though.
Yep.
They are going to guard it in the rings, but so Falco electing to play the draw here, looking to generate 2 with his 2 stones that way. Guess the other option would be that double. You would probably leave yourself. You might be able to save your back one and lie 2, but I think this is a good call. Falco with his first here in the third. They're trailing by 2. I like the line. Looks like Wheeler's on it for weight. Looks like they have to go for weight. Come up just short and leave a stagger. I don't know, Tim, I'm not exactly sure what you're guarding.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just come in at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good argument to wrap another one around and make him look at 2. I mean, you can still run that yellow in, but it would just be for 1. It's always going to jam on the back, so. I used to played a number of years with Heath McCormick, and we loved to draw and love shots like this, and he would say, you want to throw this and put it right on top of the lid so you can show them you can make it. Not exactly sure what they've settled on.
With that broom, I'm not sure either.
I feel like they're guarding, but
I still like coming in. Yeah, looks a little downway.
yeah, just playing the straight guard here. You might make the draw path. Certainly takes away that draw path. Where's this?
So what do you like here? Would you come in, go for your 1, or do you do the angle here for?
Yeah, I mean the draw is no gimme. It's not an you're trying to draw the side of the button. Sometimes you have to look at, is this shot any harder than that?
Yeah.
And this could be for 2, or you might even get lucky and stick it for 3. I mean, even if you just split it out and save your 2 in the rings, it's 2, I believe. Yeah. If you're ever able to stick it dead on, it's for 3. So I don't mind this call. I mean, certainly game on the line. You miss it and, you're down 3 playing 4, but like I said, that draw is no picnic. Trying to draw the side of the button. And the way it curls, the way it finishes, it's not easy. So Falco will take on this intern angle run, Tim.
What you're gonna get.
Yep, hard. Hard.
Pretty close.
It is really close. Stuffs it for, oh, got a,
Oh my.
for two.
For two.
As you said, yeah, I mean, that's why in retrospect, line 2 is usually the best guard. So,
We get a little picture of the warm room there.
yeah, you've had some people in who just heard about the event and came by to watch curling, not having watched it before. That might be Pam talking to some of those people. Pam Finch from the club here, for people who don't know. I don't think, I said in the opening ceremonies, I don't think I've ever been in any event in Denver where Pam Finch wasn't there. So,
Nobody has.
yes. And what's your membership numbers are strong? Right? You know, you have, what are your overall numbers at right now? I know it's
I don't know the exact
it's
numbers,
here.
but I think we're around
Going already.
450, 460.
which is great.
4-sheet club.
Yep.
No, line's good.
You have to get sort of creative with your programming when you get above 100 members per sheet, but it's doable though. But it takes a bit of creativity.
We've got, I think we had 2 open spots. Not team-wise, just 2 open positions this last season.
Okay.
And we've got, let's see, Saturdays, Little Rockers and Juniors in the morning, supper league, and lots of practice on Saturdays. Sundays we do our mixed doubles in the morning, and then 2 evening leagues with practices in between. Monday has the least use of any day, with 2 draws in the evening, and that's to accommodate the ice crew if we need to flood or something.
Right.
And the rest of the week we've got 3 draws. We bring corporates in from noon to 4, and
Well, it's been a great story. I was an athlete rep on the board when you first opened, and we had a meeting out here and curled. I think the ice had just gone in, the building had just opened, so
Not going. Not going.
really a great success story. So kudos to everybody who's been involved in making this work.
Around? Yep, go ahead. Yep, great.
fantastic community, great volunteers. It's been a big part of our life anymore.
Yeah. So Moores just chops off there. Workin's got to feel a little bit stung by that too. Sort of a great shot by Falco, but Workin under pressure on all game. I think that shot selection was every time I see an angle run left at a higher level of curling, I get nervous. So
Hard curl.
I'd love to have that one stick around, but it won't.
So what are the clubs you got coming online in the next couple of years that you're talking to?
Well, there's some exciting stuff. I mean, Dallas Fort Worth, for instance, has signed a lease. Their construction is underway. I know they have a Bonspiel in July. I think it's called the Steers and Beers. I'm not sure on that, but I think so. And I'd encourage anyone listening to think about supporting their brand new club and going to that one.
What way you want to go?
So that's exciting. They've been working at that for quite a while. One of our more successful
Look like they're running
arena clubs. So good for them for making that happen. Orange County is well on their way. They have construction underway. Orange County, California, which is very exciting. There's also a spearheaded by one individual, and also with curlers involved, but out in Tampa Bay, looking at building initially a 2-sheeter, which is exciting. I think it's in. I always get the name. Do you know how to say Ybor City? Hopefully, I get that right. I think it's Ybor City, which is part of Tampa. I'm not particularly familiar with Tampa, but I'm looking forward to maybe going down there to curl at some point.
That's great. Love seeing the sport grow throughout the country.
Yeah, no, it's really exciting. And another club near you guys here, Omaha, one of the most successful, and they have something like 350 plus members on arena ice, skating ice, which is really tough. And they're moving towards their own facility.
Oh, that's great. They travel well. We see them here quite a bit.
Yeah.
And at other events around the country. So.
Yeah, they're active. They travel, and I think this looks like it's going to slip through, so that's a mistake if it does. It might hang around the back. Pretty good at the back, actually. But yeah, they're definitely really good group there. Nick Swirsik I talked to quite a bit. They're being somewhat deliberate about finding the right building, which I think makes a lot of sense. I think one of the things that happens is all of us want, and it's tricky because it gets emotional, right? You really want this to happen, so you do have to be cautious. I mean, at some point, to be honest, to get a curling club, make it a reality. Great shot here by Lance. To make it a reality, you need somebody just who's a little crazy and just has to believe that it's going to work. So. But one thing, if you are leasing a space, once you get going, you can change a lot of things about how you operate or, how you get more revenue. But you can't change your lease. So if you come in with a bad lease or a bad property deal, it makes it problematic.
Yep! Hard, gotta go. Hard, reach right to it. Really gotta go. Really hard. Come on.
Trying to hold this out here so he can save his back. It's close. Just clips his own, the lie one.
10-5, Becca!
So fairly straightforward from here on out now. I would expect to see Workin look to blank this end. You know the story about the Triangle Club and how they got their property, Tim?
No.
This should be a concept for every club if it was an opportunity. But there was a house in the Research Park Triangle, which is not inexpensive real estate, but a house with some property around it, and it was a meth house, and someone was murdered. So, I don't mean to laugh at all those, because it's not great, either the meth house or the murder. But, so of course it was depreciated seriously because of that. So they came in and bought that and the surrounding property, and then they were able to sell the surrounding property before they even began construction to basically pay for the real estate. So they started at, next to nothing on real estate, which was amazing. So also a club that's done a great job of growing. I think they're up to 480 members or something now, and which is pretty remarkable in a part of the country that doesn't have a big history of curling. So.
And they travel well too. We see them at every place we go. There's members from Triangle.
Yeah, they have a lot of good things going on. So it looks like we'll be pretty straightforward here now, I think, towards a blank.
Clean. Yep. Oh, clean. Yep. Oh, you're good. That's great.
Roll back to the center. Evan's going to roll the wing to try to make this a little harder over there, but I don't think that corner guard is really a factor.
Yep, really. Yep. Keep going.
like your club mates, just a quick glance at the scoreboard, or your other club mates are down 1 playing the fourth, I think, with Hammer. Of course, everybody can see the live scores on the site. Steve Shield developed this scoring program that we've incorporated into the site. We'll probably continue to upgrade that with Steve in the off season. I know there's people who'd like it to have a playoff bracket, which I can understand. I'm just not the guy to code that. Put it that way.
Well, it's very useful. You can usually look up and see where the teams are standing, DSCs. Yeah.
Yeah, because it goes right in from what the officials were always entering. It really becomes pretty quick and instant. We automated.
I know we ran into a little issue at seniors where some of the LSDs maybe
didn't make it,
yeah.
which was a problem. We're putting a few safeguards in place for that. So, unfortunately, sometimes we only learn a lesson when we have a bit of a screw up. So,
Well, and, that told us as players too, just to be out there during the measure and just verify afterwards.
yeah, that's what we said at the team meeting here as well too. Shouldn't be a responsibility of teams, but we now do encourage teams to check their scores as the event goes on, so they don't spot an error towards the end. But ideally, we don't make errors, so that's what we'll be trying to eliminate.
So with the seniors' popularity, are you looking at doing kind of a regional play-in, or is it going to stay open for now?
It's a good question. It was I actually brought it forward as a discussion with the board at our last board meeting in Utah. So there were lots of scenarios discussed, whether we went to regional playdowns, which puts some more burden on the regions to do that, or we could go to some qualifying bonspiels and get to a set number. But the overall feeling was that it's really popular among competitors the way it is. People like having the men's and women's together. It's another thing we could do is split them. So I think in the end, the board sort of tasked us with continue as it is, which it's a great event for. I know you play in it, and a lot of people really enjoy it. So we just need. The challenge becomes, and we do need a host site for that one. The challenge becomes we need either one of our few, 8-sheet clubs, which we don't have a lot of, and we can't expect them to just want to do it. We have to convince them that it's worthwhile. So either an 8-sheet club or try to do what we did last year, where we split it between 2 clubs, which, was not maybe the best solution for everybody. But Wauwatosa was really generous to provide their facility for a number of draws. Otherwise, players would have been there for a little longer.
Probably a couple extra days.
Yeah. I think just one of the problems with the size of the field is teams end up with a lot of time between draws, which sometimes, some teams enjoy. They get to go to a casino or whatever else they do.
I know versus 2 a day or 1 a day, it's still nice to get that little nap in between. Just a little downtime.
So Workin will try to make this blank here. Could go to the 5th end scored or tied.
Looks like the teams are both doing fine with clock time.
Yeah, it's been fairly straightforward, so not a lot to get you in trouble with time. Been an interesting first half. It's sort of a tale of, momentum shifts. It was kind of all work until Falco made that angle run for 2. Just clean now. It looks like this will be well done. So there's the blank. And with that, we'll go to the 4th end break here. Tim, I guess we'll get a break, right?
Get a little break.
Thank you.
Take 5.
All right.
like butt cry. Clean. Running, please. Running. Take a lot more. Cruising. Couple curls. Okay. Okay. It's okay.
Major League. I'll be the color guy that says nothing.
That's fine. You can be the color guy. All right, we're back here at the 2026 USA Curling Mixed Fours Nationals. This is the final between Team Falco and Team Workin. Falco looking for the three-peat. Workin hoping to join to get another title after winning this in 2018. I'm joined by Scott, and Scott, I just met you, and they didn't give me your last name. So.
Scott Gardner.
Scott, who's going to be at the he's going to be at the 5 and Under Nationals that get underway very shortly in Seattle. So that's exciting. When did you start curling, Scott?
This is year 3.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's pretty exciting. A little nervous, a little excited, all of it.
Yeah, I mean, 5 and Under Nationals has been quite a success story. I actually sort of brought it under the USA Curling umbrella in 2021 in my old role, or 2022, I guess, was the first year we had it. And I was in a development role at USA Curling. And that first year, you know, I'll credit John Schuster, too, was very helpful in getting it started and a plan, and went to this qualifier bonspiel format. And the first year we did it, it was a real struggle to find 23 bonspiels to commit to being qualifiers, and that's certainly not the case anymore. And I know there's some things that we'll discuss in the next few weeks about how to maybe standardize some things in the qualification process, and there's always going to be debates around that. I just let people know that part of what we try to do is foster the 5 and Under bonspiel ecosystem, make it so people want to host those events. But there's certainly some tweaks we could make.
Well, it's been a great experience so far. And after the 5U, we're actually headed to Vegas for a 3U.
Wow.
So that should be interesting as
That's
well.
at Curl Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. It's funny, you know, I tried to change the name of that before, or we did, we were debating calling it New Curler Nationals, which wasn't well received, in part because, you know, there's a real sort of recognition around the 5 and Under bonspiels and things like that. But I'll say one of the challenges is if I talk to media people outside of curling, they think it's a championship for toddlers. So I always have to explain that it's for adults with 5 years or less experience. And believe me, I'm glad I'm not going to a national championship with 5-year-olds and younger. That would be a long championship to endure. So what brought you in? What made you come out and try the sport? Or
We drove by this club. This is pre-COVID. This is years ago now. And we drove by it. We said, we got to check this out. And at the time, the wait list was 8 to 10 years. So we just gave up. We just know we're never going to get in. And then the COVID thing happened, and we came by, and there was an opening. And it's a volunteer club. You have to do the Learn to Curl. We joined up, and we just really haven't stopped. So this is the end of year 3. You know, our 5U team is actually the team that we did the Learn to Curl with.
wow, instant chemistry.
Yeah. We're the old people in the team, my wife and I, and the other two are young enough to be our kids, but we get along pretty well. And it's a good time.
Good. Well, I think that pretty straightforward end here. One guard up on touching the center line, but both teams content to play it fairly straightforward. The score tied, playing 5. I'm sure Workin would like a blank here. So we'll see if Falco has an opportunity to put some pressure on to try to get the force or a steal. Yeah, I mean, the waiting list and the situation, that sort of indicates just, I think Lance got this going a little bit. See what Evan does here. Yeah, he's going to shift gears here, just play for this blank, or he's always been playing for the blank, but now blank definitely on. Yeah, I think it indicates, the success of this club and success of clubs in larger metros especially. It speaks to the fact that, we're always trying to get new facilities built. We have a little effort where we try to get local and state governments to see how valuable a curling facility is as a recreational offering. If anybody ever wants it, there is a document on our website about it. I mean, I do believe that curling clubs are third spaces, social gathering spots that we don't have enough of anymore. So that's something we really try to promote. I'm sure you haven't enjoyed any of the off-ice activity.
Well, room stacking is part of the game. Absolutely.
It's pretty wide open here. Falco's going to try to maybe get sort of fortunate with that rock just in the corner there. Maybe get some kind of weird jam that pops it back in, but I think we're on our way to blanking here. Looks like that's going to just hang around. No, it's not. Actually looks like it's off. I hope it's out. If that's, if it's out enough, I think that, Workin's call here makes sense. So he'll draw to the open side, try to make his blank as easy as possible. I'd like this to be T-line or better. Just want to be good deep enough that it doesn't open up the possibility to get a big roll in front of one of those other ones. Which actually is there now. This is Becca Wood. See on the adjacent sheet, your other club mates, Team Kislik, they're trailing Team Roth 4-1. Nina Roth, one of 3 female skips in the event this year, which is great to see.
That is excellent to see.
So looks like it's going to come up just enough to stick around. They didn't carve it, but Falco can use that one at the back now. Put something that makes it a little trickier.
Where are you on the directional sweeping at club level?
I think it's worth doing. I mean, I think obviously, I think it's better if you're doing the club level and you're actually using a regulation head versus one that you can really carve it over with. But I also know that can sometimes be a bit of a, cost everything else. But yeah, no, I think it's worth doing. I think it's worth at any level to try to carve. And the reality is, what's the worst thing? It doesn't do anything, and you tried something. It's not,
That's fair.
I've always really. I taught a brushing clinic for years, and then of course a lot of things have changed since I was doing that. The 15-16 season really changed a lot of things with brushing, but what I always thought was, even if you're a club curler, the better you get at brushing, the more engaging the game is, right? The more interesting it is. And if you think of new players they play in a league, and 80% of their time is spent brushing. So we may as well make it as interesting as possible, because it can otherwise veer into being not interesting. So I'm a big believer in trying it, working on it. We'll see. There might be some rule changes coming out of these World Curling meetings coming up. I know there's certainly one already this year. I'm not sure. We won't see a few more or changes to the equipment again. I think it's the sport at that highest level is trying to figure out the balance between, how much impact sweeping should have versus, how much should go back to the thrower and throwing it accurately. So I think a good brusher, a good sweeper should always be an advantage. Just depends if it's, if they can really manipulate rocks to the degree they can right now, or if we pull it back just a bit. Evan Workin trying this hit. Has to navigate these ones in the back. This rock's curling a bit. Thought he might throw this harder, actually. Now he might have to let it cross right over. He's going to put it through that hole, I think. A little fortunate there. Knowing Evan, I thought he might have just thrown that hard. Just made sure he got rid of it. Spill maybe one in the back. So what position do you play on your 5 and under nationals team?
I am vice.
Vice, all right.
We flipped the order around throughout the year, and we kind of settled on this lineup. And why change it? It works, so we're all good. I like it. I like playing right in the middle.
Yeah, whenever you ask people their favorite positions, I think if you pulled curlers, I think vice would be number 1, and number 2 would be second. And then it's a battle between, then it comes down to whether people like the pressure of skipping or want to play lead. So, the nice thing about vice, you're engaged at both ends of the ice, and you get some shot variety that's good, and so I can see why a lot of people like playing it. And I'm going to leave it almost in the exact same spot, but now he can just peel it out. Sure, he'll throw this one harder.
Well, I'm new enough, and I talk to a lot of other people that are new enough, where I find often people dismiss the importance of the front, the lead. And we've got a really strong front end. We're super thankful, very grateful for that. So you should play it all.
Yeah, I mean, at the high levels, I played front end all the time, lead and second towards the end, but I did skip in one nationals, but I was under no illusion that was a real spot for me. But yeah, I think every position has its value, that's for sure. See if he gets enough of this. There it is. So there's the peel. So a big 5th end blank for Evan Workin. He'll take hammer into 6. Tie game. Blanking there means he has hammer, if things unfold the way he'd like it to, hammer in 6 and 8. A number of the teams that competed in the event, Tim, and are eliminated are here now, actually watching.
Oh, it's crowded. It's really nice to see. We're fortunate at this club. There's a lot of very high caliber curlers here, and they share a lot. So we're very fortunate to be in this club.
So, Tim, here's how you'll know if you're really, really improving, is if they stop sharing stuff with you.
There's Tim's wife.
She's out there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Wife's out in the ice. Officiating?
No, she's just in the warm room.
Oh, in the warm room back here. Sure. So I think we'll see Falco put the guard up here. He's really looking for a force or a steal. There's a lot of statistics about if it's a tie game, just scoring in 6 is big. A steal here for Falco would be huge. For Workin, just scoring. He doesn't want to. Ideally, he's trying to score 2. But even just scoring 1 statistically favors him. He's going to look to go top 8 with his first. He'll ask Lammers to do that. Does your team have Denver Curling Club uniforms like these guys?
Yes.
You do?
Just the standard club jackets. No,
Oh, nice.
Not the yellow one.
We did all new jacket design this season, so
Oh, wow.
we've had a smattering of different designs by different teams, so it's kind of nice for the new curlers to have a consistent uniform they can go Bonspieler with.
And member design too, right? Yeah, so that's really nice too.
Lucy Bradshaw, I believe. Probably part of the committee.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. There was, back in the 70s, club players would always have a club Bonspiel sweater. And then it sort of fell by the wayside. And people didn't do much of that. But now we see a lot more of it. Club identification with whatever you wear at any event. It's fun to see. So that slips deep. Now an opportunity here for Workin. Looks like it could be closer. Going hard now. The line's great. Now it might have a little more pace than they wanted, but this looks really close to very good. Just want to touch the forefoot. Well done.
There's some mighty big sweepers out of that Fargo Moorhead Club.
Big shot here for Lance Wheeler. Early in the end, but certainly working in the driver's seat here to try to get to. Wheeler needs to make a good one.
That's fine. We got room. We got room. We got room. We got to be sure, ladies. Line's getting better. Curl it, you can go.
So they had to hold off on the weight, holding out there a little bit. Now they're trying to carve it over. They have to get at least on the corner, so it is second shot. Maybe even shot, actually. Yeah, looks like it could be shot. It is exposed, though. Yeah, I feel like you play down and just move that a little bit. Might even be able to get inside. I think it's close. Jordan Brown here trying to make a good shot. Can they hold it up? Oh, it's just by and really good. Really well thrown, well swept. Still now, Falco still does have freeze here. It's going to be tough to get the inside, but he can freeze and make things difficult. Lance Wheeler, his second shot of the end. Just a hair heavy on his last one. Needs to just try to freeze to as much of that red stone on the button, touching the button as he can.
Line's good.
I like the line. They're not going too hard for weight yet. Now they got to hold it straight. They can't chop. Line looks really good. It's a really good shot. May not be second shot, but it's. We're going to be pretty happy to have that one there. Probably could have hammered it just a bit more and get it dead frozen.
Even if the shot's not perfect, that kind of tolerance is what the rest of us are aspiring to. That right there.
Yeah. That might be worth measuring.
What options do you see here?
Well, I think the option they're discussing is the play. Try to hit that the red stone in the top of the forefoot. Hit is, almost just what you can see. You can't see much, but touch that. Push the other yellow stone into the 8-foot. They're gonna play this quiet, which I kind of like. Does mean won't push. Might be challenged to push that yellow stone far enough, but. It's one where you really got to try to make this shot. I mean, the way to miss it would be to wreck on the guard, but you really want to make it. It's close. Now they got to carve it. Now they're going straight. You want to hit it pretty thin. It's pretty close. Wow. It's a real good pair of stones there by Jordan Brown. Isn't out here, though. And freeze on top of those two. And that's what Dave Falco will ask Becca Wood to do.
We got room! 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 Ton of room! Ton of room! It's girls back to go! Line's getting better! Still curl!
We'll finish. The weight looks close.
Go! Just distance now!
Weight looks really close. This is pretty good. It's a really good shot.
Great team shot.
The Workin still lies too, but not. That wasn't the goal. Was to wedge it in here like that. No, that's a tough one for.
So, Dean, while we're discussing this, what impact have the Olympics had on membership do you anticipate?
Yeah, so right now it's mainly anecdotal stuff we're receiving from clubs. We're going to do some more research as the season once the season winds down, but certainly lots of good results from clubs, whether it was their Learn to Curls or corporate groups and finding new members. So lots of clubs just with tons of people coming through to try it, and a number of clubs who needed members are able to been converting some memberships, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, it was full credit to our teams and our players and our coaches, because we came a long way from, not being in the Olympics last May in men's and women's to having what was our best collective performance with a silver, a 4th place, and a 5th place finish. And, we were in the mix, and NBC liked that, so got a lot of coverage. So, yeah, I think certainly things we learned as an organization. I mean, one of the challenges was we were really just focused on getting in the Olympics until December, with more of that lead time of knowing. And I hope to never be an Olympic qualification event again, even though the international play is really tough. But if we can avoid that, a little more time to do some planning with clubs and a few more national efforts would be good. Doesn't want to clip her own. Pretty good. There is sort of this double here, though.
Drag back in. This will just slide.
No, their option there might have been just to replace the guard and trade guards for at least one more shot. But this is when you almost want to miss the one on the left, just barely graze it. It's a working. Got it early. Doesn't want to hit it thick. I feel like maybe Evan knew that was going to hit a little thick early. So now rocks in play, but you know the ones in behind the tee belong to Workin, and Falco with stuff to work with here.
So do you like that hit and roll, or just draw down and sit on the button?
Listen in here as they.
How close can I go?
We can inspect the pebble. Let's get the ice crew over here.
Looks like it's wearing out.
What would the disadvantage be of parking one right in there, assuming the shot's made?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the calculus, right? Is what happens if we make it is great. It's great if we make it perfect. If we don't make it perfect, you know, are we leaving them an opportunity? And the thought here, he's eliminating one red stone. He thinks he can roll over there, you know. There's a lot of red stones in the ring still, so I think the thought is let's eliminate one, get to the button with the roll. So obviously the dead freeze that he talked about, pretty good, makes it really hard for Workin to score. But you know, this really eliminates a chance of them. Not eliminates, but makes it much harder for Workin to get two. So I don't mind either call. I think the calculus in all of these is generally, you know, you want to think about yourself making a shot, but you know, if the margin of error in the freeze is pretty small, margin of error here is a little better. So they're going to play this hit and roll. It's got a big pocket to roll into. It's like Claire Moores thinks it's a little quiet. This is starting to go. There it is. Pretty good result. I think he would have loved to roll just a half rock more.
Is this Evan's first shot coming up?
Yeah, Evan Workin's first here. I think, you know, he's looking at just trying to hit that. Losing his back red. The other red probably jams on that yellow stone in the back 8 foot. I mean, the other shot he could entertain is a really pretty thin double, but this is probably the call. I think how you hit it, it just grazes that other red stone. Just that's 3/4 into the 4 foot. Good work and trying to give himself space here to try to score 2. Just hit it thin. Pretty good results. I think he was hoping to hit a little thinner. He might push that yellow over more if he hit it a little thinner. Hit the back of the yellow, more of it. Let's hear what Lance and Becca and David think.
Well, if I mean, I can make contact with the 3. We don't care about that 8, right? Yeah, as long as the 7 goes. And then what if I'm here? Then the double might out. Right? So we would have to go right. I think we lose the 7. Just hit 2. And I think we lose the 7, hit 2, and then yeah. I mean, the other thing I can do is free, and then it's very hard, but I have to be good, right? And I'm not super dialed on the draw right now. Because we don't want to pop that out and give it a double. I don't mind this. Like the hit. All right, no second. Yeah, you can be a sliver high, but not much. How much bigger?
So you like your game? You like the hit, or just come down and sit on top of this?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's, you know, Dave said he wasn't feeling great about his draw weight right now. It's not that hard to come in and freeze there. I don't mind removing this stone though. I think you know, the risk here is you could leave an easy double for 2. He's talking about just almost nosing it. So if he doesn't want to leave the double for 2, but he could also, if he doesn't convert the freeze, he gives there's a chance for 3. So I don't mind getting rid of 1. At worst, the worst you're going to do, even if they make the double, is you're giving up 2. And I think it's going to be a tough shot for 2. So we'll see. Rocking the way now. Uh-oh. This is trouble, though. This is curling. This is not what he doesn't want to hit his own yellow first. Wow. Got a little fortunate there. I think there's a shot for 3. I think it's dead nose on your red, yellow, and that's for 3, isn't it? Yeah.
Looks like it.
So in the end, not fortunate. He needed to get to be on nose and have that shooter stick there. This is relatively routine for 3 now. So with the benefit of hindsight, boy, the freeze was really the right call.
I like that he called from heart and mind. It's like, I'm not feeling that, so I'm doing this other thing. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I like it too, but he's a good player. He can make a draw. I mean, lots of people are always... And he's got one of the best sweepers in the game, so he's got some margin for error on the draw, but I think he thought if he just... I'm sure David would say this. It looked like he just started it with his intern, and so Evan Workin with a hit for 3. Big shot. Uh-oh. It's curling early. They've got some concerns. Oh, doesn't stick for 3, so both skips sort of trading breaks there. So make it 2 for Workin. So 3 would have been big trouble for Falco, but 2 is manageable. So make the score, what is that, 4-2 now after 6 ends? We'll be back here with there it is. You can see the other scoreboard. They're playing 6 over there. Roth up 2 with the hammer. Looks to me like Kislik is lying 2, though, as Nurnberger throws last rock on Team Roth, goes for his last one. Oh, I think are they going to take on this double for 3?
Is that worth it, you think?
Terrific shot, especially in a bronze medal game. Terrific call. Bronze medal game, I think you throw this all day. you might think about it otherwise if it was a championship game, but in the bronze medal game, shot for 3, and it's relatively straightforward double over there. See if we can get a wide on it to see this. Croy's last attempt here. I mean, if you make this, your game's over. And if you miss it, you're up 1 with Hammer playing the 7th. So I think worth taking on. That's Tony Roth on it now, just clean, so he must be close. Now they got to make it curl. Did they overcook it early? Oh, he stuffed it. So it's 1 for Kislik. Make that score 4-3, playing 7. Favor Roth. Back to our championship game.
It's tight. Straight if anything.
So I think if you told Evan Workin at the start of the 6th end that he'd score 2, he would have been pretty happy. But with a chance for 3, he's got to sort of regroup mentally. But the win probability, I handed something here. The win probability, certainly taking 2 and 6. Scoring in 6 usually increases. If it's tied and you're playing 6 and you just score, last rock or not, you have a really good chance of winning. But if you score 2, it looks as though the win probability for Workin by scoring 2 goes up to 85%. So some of that depends on players and everything else, but all right, we'll say bye to Scott. Scott, I'll see you in just a few days out in that historic and great Seattle Granite Curling Club.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you.
The wife was up in Seattle last week for their big spiel, 24-hour round the clock.
Oh, really? You were there, you said?
No,
Oh.
my wife and some of the ladies here.
Oh, wow.
And I have no desire to be curling at 1 or 3 in the morning, so I avoided that one.
Yeah. I've done that. It's a bit of a grind, but kind of fun.
I think if I was in my 20s, I'd be
Yeah.
all over it.
For people who don't know, one of my favorite things about the Seattle Granite Club is the bar is sort of on the side, and then you can bring your beverages out behind. But it's almost like they have this cool little dive bar in the side of the sheets. It's got little banquettes in there. You can sit in there, and then you can come out and watch or sit with your team afterward. But it's pretty cool.
Look forward to getting up there soon.
Wheeler trying to freeze here. Fraction light maybe, but they're going to get around, get to the inside of that red. Pretty good results. Over curls just a bit. Could see Workin just run this straight back now. 5 rocks have been played. Yeah, I think that's the call. I mean, even if you just... Oof. Going to play the freeze, which kind of surprised me. Even if you miss the run and you just make the peel, Still tough for Falco to get two. Well, they're going to play this freeze. They're going to try to freeze on the corner of that yellow one. Yeah, I don't know if that's a great result for Workin.
We can try to hit low and kick this one over. We might catch the three on the way by too. I think it's control and trying to blast this three out. Okay. Know what you're seeing for range ball? Yeah. Yeah, if we can just get low, it's really good.
Definitely an opportunity here. I mean, for Falco to have two in front of the two Redstones belonging to Workin and get some control of this end with Wheeler second. Stuffs it, but does have two now in front of the Redstones. Now, you know, Workin doesn't have the angle on that run.
So do you, if you're working, chip out that top yellow or come sit on top of them?
Yeah, I think you want to make a yellow go away. If you're playing the scoreboard, the situation, seventh end, that's what he's going to try to do. I'd love to save that back one, but leave it. I mean, a great result would be corner frozen on that yellow. You remove the what's now fourth shot. You definitely don't want to see Falco start to build up a yellow house. This has to curl a bit. It's not great if you're team Workin. Those angles are kind of in Falco's favor.
This one will go somewhere. They'll play it here. And then this 5 is really lonely. I think we got to clean up the center if we want our to. Alright. I mean, if we're thinking blank is okay, I think we play weight at it. What's the better way? Hey, Mike, never just steal it? Not even try to get everything? No, I would love getting rid of this one right now. We'll still have two yellows in the house, and we might roll to a corner. Firm! It's this way, Becca. Just a hair high.
Trying to work this one over here. They won't get the action they wanted. They do make the peel. So Rachel working in the hack. It looks like they're trying to hit dead nose here. You'd like to have this stick around. Falco was talking about trying to make that yellow lonely, or the the red lonely. Now he's yeah. There's a shot here to hit and roll to lie 2 separated. Even if you end up rolling and lying 1 and 3, it's not a bad scenario. Trying to hit it pretty thin. It's close. There it is. Gonna stick around. Really good throw. Tiny bit unlucky with where that they rolled for third shot.
Now, is there a double there for Workin to go yellow or at least roll over to the other yellow?
Yeah, he's definitely going to take it on. I mean, the way Becca also managed to get, even though it's third shot, she did roll that other yellow underneath the corner. So good up, big shot here for Workin. He kind of needs to make the double or the roll. Otherwise, you'll see, if he doesn't make the double, it just rolls out. You can see Falco playing a hit and roll under, maybe Christmas tree, those 2 behind the corner guard, and all of a sudden 3 comes into play. Must be somewhat close. There's the roll. I'm pretty sure he made the double. Big shot there.
Nice shot.
Doesn't quite get it out of the rings, but moves it far enough. Now Falco will have a look at what he can see here. He might have a double back. Looks like he did move it far enough to make it 4th shot. Yeah. So Workin lies 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so Falco can make this double and roll to a place where maybe it brings a jam into play for Workin on his last. Sounds like there was a big miss over there, Team Roth. Judging from the groan or from the stands or from the warm room. Falco with his first. She's curling. She's going to make the double, though. Roll. It is pushed it far enough, so to bring that other yellow into play. Now Evan Workin has to be cautious. I mean, the worst he can do is give up 2 here, but he'd really like to get the force to 1. But I think Falco will definitely have a double for 2 that he could take on.
So if you're Evan, are you gonna just stick at nose?
I think nose is pretty good because then the any double is a slash double. I don't think you want to roll to the right because then you have a double for 2 that's sort of a straight back. You could roll a little bit to the left would be great. You just can't roll too far that you jam it on your own red at the back. So I think the first nose is probably what you aim for. If you can get it to curl up just a bit, you'd probably take that. Evan Workin with his last here in the 7th end. His team is up 2. Trying to get a force here. So there's where he didn't want to roll. He does leave. If you look there, there is not an easy double, but there's some kind of double. I think the trouble is he rolled far enough. If he'd rolled a rock less, it'd be a lot more straightforward, but now it can just go straight into that pocket. Yeah, right there, you got to try to get it over the top, as Dave's showing. So he hits it on the nose, or he hits it because of the way those two reds are at the back. It's tough to get rid of two reds to bring what is currently third shot into play, but that's the goal here.
Maybe just a little on the high side there.
Yeah, I guess a little on the high side and stick around. So he debated throwing it hard and try to get those to really spill. That's the other way to go. I think high side's the way to go. He doesn't have much room for saving his shooter, but he's got a bit of room. He throws it quiet. Doesn't have to move. He doesn't even have to move rocks out of the rings. Just move them far enough. So tough shot. He's going to try to hit it a little high side, keep his shooter for second shot, tie the game. Falco throws his out turn like John Schuster and some others with a straight ahead handle. It's close. Really close. There it is. Does he get enough? Oh, great try. Just unlucky, but really a good try by Dave Falco. He will score one. So make the score 4-3 in favor of Workin as we head to the 8th and possibly final end. Workin will have hammer. Really good attempt on that shot.
Coach Brian Brown on his heated throne.
He's got the Arden seated heat cushion. You have those with the USA Curling logo on them. I've heard some coaches say they almost get too warm. So, you fire up the battery and I used mine recently at my son's early spring baseball game I was at. It was not good baseball weather, so I was happy to have it.
What do you want to do first?
Growing up in Montana, baseball season was mighty chilly in the spring. Typically snow.
Yeah. Even where I am in New Jersey, it's hit and miss. You get some great spring days and then some days where it's pretty miserable. It's not a very good sport when it's cold, in my mind.
No. The sting of the bat when it's down in the 30s is a memory I still have from many years ago.
I've been honest with a lot of people love, they love outdoor bonspiels, which can be a ton of fun, but curling outdoors, I found that's also really cool for about 15 minutes, and then I don't love it as much. But it, I don't. As I've gotten older, Tim, I don't like the cold as much. So I think if in my younger years, I might have been better with it.
We do have a unique outdoor bonspiel here in Colorado. It's typically the second
in Leadville.
Yeah. Leadville, Colorado.
It looks great. Have you played in it?
No, I've had other events that conflicted with that, but one of these days we'll get up there. Tom Whitman, one of our ice crew godfathers, got that club established and donated stones. And it's a 4-sheet outdoor facility that has got a lot of members, and they do a great job up there.
Those are undoubtedly some of our most dedicated curlers, right? If you're going to do that, you really love the game, so good for them.
I cannot imagine sweeping a stone at 10,200 feet of elevation.
Yeah. Yeah, my East Coast body is having trouble adjusting to the stairs at the Spring Hill Suites out here, so that would not do very well. So Workin's going to try to wrap one around here with 2 guards up. That's what Falco wanted, 2 guards. Those are in a place where there may be a double peel available for Jordan Brown later in the end. In-turn draw, saying there's a little more room. Should finish, though. 14-7 hog to hog. I don't want to be too deep. Pretty well done. Still room for Falco to freeze in there. And then I think we'll see Workin on his next one, try to get those 2 guards moving. In the bronze medal game, it looks like Roth is up 2 without hammer.
He's good. Close. Yep. Hard. Hard. Go throw.
This is a pretty good throw here from Lance Wheeler. He's going to be in there for shot. Now we'll see Workin go up, and it looks like he's just going to play the single peel. Thought he might take a run at that double peel. There's a saying, that double peels from your second win games. This has got some curling to do. Uh-oh. That was not the result he was looking for. He's going to say it's all right, but I'm sure Evan has smoke coming out of his ears right now. But
We're shot. I think we're doing this, right?
no, with that, Falco in business. 2 guards up, chance to lock another one in there to lie 2. One thing's I always like if you're in this position where you're down 1 without, it's pretty desperate. I mean, it's the percentages are really in the favor of the team with last rock, but one thing I always like to do is at least make the other skip throw against the loss with their last, not just against the tie. Have them throw against the loss.
Getting busy up here.
Couple good ones here from Wheeler. I think Workin's got to go back to work on those guys. I'm surprised. Yeah. Surprised Evan thinks it's a little early. I think you take that on. I mean, you might get it anyways. I mean, just making the straight peel, I think you're going to get pretty easy to get action on that other one. So Jordan Brown will try this out-turn peel. Set his first one back a bit. Didn't set this one. It's close. It's close to getting a double peel. See? No. Not a terrible result. He just.
Now, do you guard up again here or come in?
Yeah, I think you're going to trade guards for a little bit if you're Falco. You throw a guard, working peels, throw it again. Then at some point you come into the rings. Again, probably look to make work and throw against the loss. Definitely a double peel available now. I think he's got it. That was a desperate one off for what was a pretty good throw. It's a big double peel there. guarding again, I think. And then I think you guard, trade the peels and the guards. And then if you're Falco, you try that tap probably in your last.
Just touching center. Back 12.
Looks like it needs to curl a little bit.
Does have to come over. It's got to curl quite a long way. It should finish hard though. Doesn't have to cover all of it either. Good throw.
Yeah. Good sweep too.
Yep. You know, when ice is when championship ice curling this much, that guard is similar to drawing the button, to be honest. Because if you're a little high, a little light, a little heavy, it's not going to end up in the right spot.
Clock for Falco. It's good.
Early call is right off. It's going to get just enough. A little bit nervous on that, but
Yep. Clock is getting down on Team Falco. 125. So
125. So Dave is down at the other end already for this guard. Good way to go. Save time on this one. I don't think they've used their timeout though. I don't think either team has used a timeout. So get this one away, and then you'll have a timeout in your last. Dave Falco is first. Looking to put this guard up. And then I think we'll see Evan Workin peel it. And then we'll see Falco try to make Workin throw against the loss. It's fine.
it's always challenging with the thrower yelling line. And
Well, Workin's going to use his time out here to talk this through. Yeah. See what they think. There's the situation.
I asked Lance once how he manages that. And he said, well, he gives the first third of the sheet to the thrower and the second 2/3 to the person in the house calling the line.
Not a bad idea. I think they just said if we... So they have elected to appeal. I mean, one part of the discussion there that I'm not sure Falco will play. I think they're thinking if they peel, he's going to replace the guard, and then they will try the draw for the win, but with the idea that if they miss it, they go to an extra end to hammer again. But I'm not so sure Falco might not try that little tap to sit two. So Evan Workin trying a peel here on his first. This is getting close to nose. He's going to get that, which was somewhat fortunate. And now Falco has a chance to make a play here to make him look at two. Yeah, exactly what Lance explaining here.
Well, no, but if I make too much of a roll, then he's just got an open hit for the win, right? So it's got to be pretty on the nose if I'm going to play it. Start playing it. I'm playing with you.
So what kind of weight would you throw at this?
Well, I think you throw almost his back 8, back 12 just to move it, but I think they've decided to guard, which it was certainly sound. Their thinking is we can steal here and we'll steal again in the extra. Means you and I might get into overtime wages here, Tim, but
Bonus Gatorade.
I'm done after 8.
just
Yeah, he's with the union, so he's.
so the producer is just going to shut it down. So Falco's going to guard. Hope to push this to the extra. I mean, he can guard in a way that Workin's only shot's going to be try to draw the side of the button. David Falco's last shot. He's trailing 1 here in the 8th end, sitting 1 right now, trying to guard.
Hey, line's good.
Yep.
Line's good. Always straight if you go.
Yep. Hard.
Go, line's good. Careful on the curl. Yep, curl.
I'm going to close that hole up. I think it will. Love to overlap that other red because that's the other shot Workin has. Just play this run, angle run. I think the angle run is the easiest of the 2 shots. He's looking at playing the guard back. I might take on play the red back. I mean, you would hate to ever stuff 2 yellows.
Yeah, I think I'd rather the red back, personally.
He thinks he can pick it. He thinks it'll finish enough because the guard's high enough that he can move it enough.
This needs back 8 weight, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's overburied a fraction, though. And then he's got to move it far enough. Not a lot of ice. I don't know what he's throwing. I think he's throwing more than back 8, but I think he's just thinking he can pick it with, like, probably close to board, I guess. I don't know.
With that broom, I'm thinking maybe space weight.
Sure, the ever popular space weight. The juniors throw that every shot, I think, because they like the name. Yeah, not an easy one. I don't think it looks that great from the hack. Evan Workin, his last shot here, could be a national champion after this shot. They're on it early. Clean is. Now, did they overcook it? Now they got to carve it. It's got to curl a long way. No, I don't think it's going to get there. No. So the hometown crowd like that. The Falco scores 1 to tie the game. We'll go to bonus curling, an extra end coming up here.
Bonus curling. Well, looks like Kislick's up against a few over there on sheet C. Looks like Nina's sitting 4.
Kislick trails. This is his first. Trails by 2. Kislick trying to give himself a chance to score 2. He just did, actually. I think.
Good shot, yeah.
Claire Moores will get things underway here in the 9th end.
So what's the most extra ends you've seen in a game?
Well, it was one I played in way back in the 80s when we used to play 10 ends in cash spiels, and I was playing in New Brunswick, and we played 14 ends. It was horrid. That was back. The ice was so straight, and it was pre-free guard zone. The ice was dead straight, and for 4 extra ends, we put up a guard, and they peeled the guard every time, and then we put one in the rings, and the opposing skip would hit and roll out. So that we never really had a chance to win either. That was the worst part about it. And then finally hitting stuck in the 14th end.
That's a lot of ice time.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly glad we came up with rules like the free guard zone. I think the no-tick rule has helped. I think we always have to look at rules as the game evolves. The playing conditions are better. The players are better. We know more about sweeping and stones, so shot percentages go up.
Well, what's the next thing? You see them going to limiting the number of blanks in a game, or?
Yeah, I think that's on the table. I was surprised by how well the only one blank end per game works. It definitely eliminates those early blank ends, which can be a bit of a killer for a crowd in an arena, because you have to hesitate to do that because you think you might want that blank end later in the game. So, and it's also a rule. One of the things we can do with curling rules is make them so complicated only the curling nerds among us understand them. So that's one you can explain to a casual fan. Just one blank end per team per game.
Yeah, I know there's still a few folks out there trying to figure out the no-tick rule.
Yeah, I mean, we got the 5 rock, we got the no-tick, and we need those, but, we don't need, that's a miss there. I really needed to have that one on top of that red stone versus bouncing off behind the tee. Wheeler made a couple good ones in the last end. We'll be asked to replicate that here.
We got a bit of room. We got a ton of room. Maybe on this one?
Might be down to the back one.
There's a lot of room. I think it'll start to curl. Oh, now they are going to try to go to the back one. So it might be stuck in between here. We come down to the back one and end up as shot. Well, it sounds like our bronze medal game was decided. I think Team Roth just edged out Team Kislik from here at the Denver Club. On it early. He's trying to pick out this Yellowstone. Looks like he's got it.
Pretty good. It's a good shot.
Picks out the yellow. Same opportunity, though, still here for Falco. Got 2 guards to work with. Had room in the last one, too. He's a hair heavy. This weight looks better, so it should finish. There, it's now finishing. Now they're going for distance, too. He's going to get to the inside.
Yep, that'll work.
Now we'll see Workin go to work on these guards. Not really a double peel there, so he just wants the one single peel here. Looks to be good. I always like peeling those ones just over the hog line because it seems like they're so close you can't miss. Even if you slide wide, you just kind of throw it at it. A little applause for the bronze medal game teams that just made their way back into the warm room. Oh, the guard goes up a little close here though, and definitely a double peel in the offing. Yeah. Catch that first one thin quarter and you're probably getting rid of both. On it early. Don't want to hit it too thick. It's pretty close. Looks really close. There it is. Pushes it in, but that doesn't really matter. The key thing was getting rid of both guards. So Wood will try to replace that guard, Tim.
So what depth do you like? Do you like a 2 guard here, 3 guard?
Yeah, it's not as important now. I think the 2 is probably good. Give yourself, I don't think you want it so tight that it makes your options on the last one really tough, but I think just a 2 guard is good. What you don't want to do is be in the rings and give them a chance to drill everything. I think it's going to be still functions. You can't really run that in, I don't think, and I don't think Evan will. I might be able to get everything going. Little high side. Spill the guard, spill your shooter.
Just clean it up a little bit.
You may end up leaving them lying 1, but with the open house, I think Evan Workin would take that. On it early. I don't know what happens if this over curls. That. Well, not terrible, but now I think Falco will guard shot rock. I think that's the call.
And each team with another timeout in the extra end, so they might like to play that on the last shot here.
Yeah. See who they are for time. I don't know if they spent a lot of time in this, but pretty tough to run out of time in the extra end.
Yeah, they look to be just fine.
Dave Falco with his first here in the extra end, trying to guard shot rock. They like the line and the weight. They're saying it's a 2 right now. That'll work. No, now we'll see Evan. He's going to look at the pick or the run. Ooh, I think you have to commit to the shot here. I think the trouble with the pick is you give him a chance to make it even better on his last. Tim, I think I'd take on that run and see if you don't make the run, you get a peel. He's got a guard again. If you play the tick, you're playing the pick. Dave could cover more of the button on his last.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can think about ticking the high guard either. Well, he's going to throw it not super heavy, but certainly lined up pretty nicely if you threw peel to jam it on your red. So similar to what he threw, I think, in the last end. A little easier, but similar kind of shot. Out turn. Of course, in the in the 8th end, you couldn't see any of the rock. It was overburied. So Falco trailing 2, playing the 7th, is battling back here, and pressure on Workin now. It's never easy, Tim. Never easy.
Well, and it shouldn't be for national championship. Right?
No, never easy. Evan Workin trying a quiet pick. They don't want to rub that guard. They want to be close, though. They got to scrape by that guard. So a hit and roll out. Now Falco really down to making this draw. Make the intern draw better than the one he had. I mean, he'd be fully buried and really leave Workin only the pin if he makes this. Here's the look at it. Fully buried, top button. And really all that Evan Workin would have left would be the run double or draw the side of the pin. All right, here we go. Big shot. Game on the line. Dave Falco, his last shot in the extra end. I like the line. Now they're just trying to get one of the best sweepers in the business to get it there. I think he's got to curl a bit, actually. Really well done.
Great shot.
There it is. I think they could have carved it just a fraction more.
Brought it over just a little bit.
Just a hair. They were sweeping straight.
I think they were worried about the weight there, too, for...
Yeah, but in the end, they had another 6 inches to play with. It doesn't really matter too much if it's a little behind the tee, if it's fully buried.
And you wonder if the speeds change now that the Kislik-Roth game is finished. Sometimes you
Yeah,
see that
sometimes
here.
people leave the ice surface and it gets a little different, but that said, Evan Workin can probably see a quarter of it, a thin quarter from the hack, so it's no gimme, but he's got to throw it clean and just pick it out for the win. All right, here we go. Last shot. Mixed fours nationals. All comes down to this. Just cleaning right now. Straight now. Now they probably got a carve, I think. That looks like he's got it. Evan Workin will have the win. Well done. Really well played game. So the defending champions took all of it to beat them, but Evan Workin will be a mixed fours nationals champion for the first time since 2018. And his teammates celebrating there. Falco with another impressive run here for that team. Just make the score 3 in the last. Didn't really matter, but thanks, Tim, for having me, and thanks to the club for hosting again. It's been terrific. I'll get out there and give out some awards, I think.
Always a pleasure, Dean.
Thanks, you.
Good curling. Are we going to televise?
Test, test. So on behalf of USA Curling's board of directors and staff, really thanks to everybody for a terrific 2026 USA Curling Mixed Sports Nationals. It was a terrific event. The semis, two great games through the whole time here. So give it up for the competitors. You've heard me thank everybody a few times already, but it's worth doing it again. So I want to thank our ice crew, the local guys who put in so much time. Jeff Schneesman, I know where Jeff is, but many points. And we got a great surface here. I want to thank our officiating crew. They're in there. They probably can't hear, but thanks to them, they're packing up. I want to thank Pam and Michelle here who've run this event for 4 years, I think now, and are demanding a break really at this point. But we can't thank you enough, and I really want to thank the Denver Curling Club and all the volunteers here. This club, as I've said a lot of times, I love coming to the Denver Curling community, and I truly enjoy coming to this club and being around it. So thank you. Also, our red streamers and our timers. A lot of you did a great job. It's great to have the red stream up. That makes things a lot easier for us. People want to see great curling, so appreciate that it's good to go. With that, let's get to our medalists. We'll start with the bronze medalists. And we'll have Pam and, I should introduce Jonathan Lee, member of the board of directors. Jonathan will be present the awards as well. So Jonathan Lee, Michelle Page, and Pam Fitch present the awards. We'll start with the bronze medalists, Team Roth, Nina Roth, Croy Nurnberger, Tony Roth, and Sharon Horvath. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 USA Curling Mixed Sports bronze medalists. All right, our silver medalists, who are two-time champions in the past, so they know how to play this event. But let's give it up for the silver medalists right here from Denver. Team Falco, David Falco, Becca Wood, Lance Wheeler, and Claire Moore. Coach Brian. David Falco, Becca Wood, Lance Wheeler, Claire Moore, and Brian Brown. Finally, it's time to honor our champions. These guys won this event back in 2018, so it's been a while, but they're back at it, stuck with it. Our 2026 USA Curling Mixed Sports National Champions, Team Workin, Evan Workin, Rachel Workin, Jordan Brown, and Kristen Williams. are your team Workin, your 2026 Future Curling Mixed Sports National Champion. Congratulations to all the medalists, Section Management of the Curling Club, and safe travels home.